Another highway, mile after mile. Life on the road, it's a whole different style. Stories from the blacktop, tales to be told from the wheel.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Trucker Overhaul. Today we're on RPMs. Why companies turn their trucks down, their RPMs down? We about to get into that today, and I'm gonna let you know some reasons why they do turn them down. So turning down the RPMs on a semi truck can be a good practice depending on the situation, as it can enhance fuel efficiency, reduce engine wear, and improve overall performance. Here's a detailed breakdown of why your company turn your RPM down on your truck. The first one is fuel efficiency. Operating in the sweet spot of the engine RPMs range, typically between 1100 and 1500 RPMs for most modern diesel engines, maximize fuel efficiency. High RPMs burn more fuel without proportional power gain. So if you think about it, if you trying to climb that mountain and you got your feet pressed down to the floor and it's not picking up no speed, this the reason why. So it helps burn less fuel. So I know a lot of people, especially like me, I hate when they turn the RPMs down on the truck and make it hard for me to climb a mountain. Any high hills, it puts more stress on me as the driver, because I know I got to be there at a certain time and the truck only going so fast. So the next one is going to be reducing engine wear. Lower RPMs reduce strain on the engine, which can extend its lifespan by minimizing friction and heat. So there you have it. It's the company thinking about their truck. So let's put it in this situation. If you was the owner of the trucking company, would you worry about somebody burning your engine out, causing your truck to break down quicker than what you want it to break down? So I know I can understand it from both sides, from the business side and the driver's side, because I've been in both seats. I had a driver kept getting lost, so I understand it from both sides. So we're gonna talk about a smoother ride when you turn down the RPMs. So running at a low RPMs often result in quieter and smoother operation, reducing driver fatigue during long hauls. Now that's a good one. So you're saying the quieter the truck is and the smoother the operation is, it reduces driver fatigue. Well, we always surround a lot of noise, even when we got that reefer behind us constantly going. We hop out the truck, we got other engines running, we got, especially we pull up at truck stops, we got the radio, the music playing over their loud intercom speaker. There's a lot of moving parts, and there's a lot of noise. People constantly, it's a noisy job. So if you don't like being around a lot of noise, then it's not a job that you would want to take on. Now, turning down the RPMs also help with better maintenance for the truck. So consistently operating within optimus RPM range helps prevent excessive carbon buildup and reduces the likelihood of mechanical failure. So that all ties into the friction and heat that the engine is taking up on. So it could heat they got little rubber gaskets, and it's a lot of heat up on it. So if you ever turn your truck on, run it for a few minutes, and then get out of there and touch that engine, it's hot. So there's a lot of heat going through the engine. So this was supposed to help the truck not have so many mechanical failures by turning the RPMs down. Because before I learned this, I used to be like, man, I don't want to drive no truck that the company turned the RPMs down, until I started understanding why they turned it down. So, being a truck driver, you do not want to be sitting on the side of the road waiting for road service, waiting for TA to come and get you, or Loves to come and get you, or some independent person to come and rescue you, because that could be hours. So that by itself could cause a lot of stress on the driver. When lowering RPMs might be a problem. Okay, so now we're talking about when we lower the RPMs, what problems do it cause? All right. Lowering RPMs too much can strain the engine. You got that? I just got finished talking about trying to climb them hills. So you got your feet on the gas pedal. It's pushing more heat out. It's straining the engine, especially if you got a heavy load. Especially if you got like some beer, canned goods, sugar, any of these heavy loads. So let's get back to it. Especially when climbing hills or hauling heavy loads, the engine might struggle to produce enough torque. You can also have loss of power for maneuvering. Your RPMs is your horsepower. That's what pushed that truck to get up. So if you're trying to get around somebody, try to, climb a hill, you need this. You need the RPMs to do this type of stuff. Not saying that the truck won't do it without it. It like decreases your chances of being able to do like maneuvers that you need to do if you had the high torque. So I give you an example, like when you get stuck on snow, or you get stuck in snow, and your wheels are spinning. Well, shoot, this is the difference between having an automatic and a standard. Having a shift and having an automatic. You can rock yourself out of it. It's easier with a standard than what it is with an automatic. It's just a different technique that you have to use, especially like with the standards. You just go back and forth and just let the truck rock back and forth until you get up out of it. Well, the automatics is you gotta back up, stop, put it in drive, pull forward, stop, and just do that procedure over and over until it, eventually rock yourself out. That's why I said it's a lot easier if you have the standard and you could just rock yourself out. Just keep going back and forth from first to second, and it's gonna come out. At very low RPMs, the engine might not deliver adequate power for acceleration or emergency situations. Now, turning the RPMs down, I know a lot of mechanics out there that tells these companies don't turn the RPMs down because they breaking the trucks. Alright, I'm about to tell you why you breaking the truck. Transmission mismatch. So the transmission is set to handle that manufacturer setting are the RPMs. Alright. Automatic transmission in some trucks are optimized for specific RPM ranges, and altering them significantly might affect performance. So it's a lot that goes into when you're talking about turning down RPMs. What's more important to the company or the owner of the truck? So the driver gets frustrated because they can't climb hills, or they can't, get around somebody fast enough. And it's all because they turn the RPMs down on the truck. They turn the RPMs down, they turn the speed down. All that, like, literally drives a truck driver damn near insane. Because we trying to do our job, but we like limited on what we could do with the truck. So now, tell you some tips for RPM management. Know your truck engine. That's what you need to know. Your truck engine. Refer to the manufacturer's specifications for ideal RPM range. Many modern trucks include real-time feedback systems to help you optimize your driving. So it has its pros and cons. So it just depends on the driver. Some drivers they don't mind. Some drivers, they do mind. A lot of new drivers coming in not knowing that this is what's happening, but experienced drivers coming in know that this is happening, and from their experience, it ticks them off. So that's why you might run into a driver that got high blood pressure because the owner of the truck or the owner of the company wanted the trucks turned down, so it makes it harder for him to do his job, and he's getting more stressful when he's trying to do his job. Like, I can't tell you that it's so stressful, like just being behind his wheel, because it's not an easy job. When you get your paycheck, that paycheck kind of like give you I guess you could say like a breath of fresh air temporarily until you get back behind that wheel, and then you realize that, hey, this truck can't go that fast, or it can't climb hills, or once I start climbing hills, the truck starts slowing down. So it's, you could have your feet all the way to the floor, and it's just steady watching your speed going down, and to the point you just say, you know what, hell with this. I don't even know why I'm pressing the gas. Let me remove my feet off the gas. So another thing that you could do, you could use your cruise control, but that's only on flat surfaces. So cruise control can help maintain fuel efficiency RPMs, avoid it in hilly areas where constant adjustments are needed. So that's one of them. Okay, I can use the cruise control, but when I see that big hill that I'm approaching, I know the cruise control gonna start slowing down because it's not gonna be able to pull up that hill. The best truck engine that I seen that I had, it was a Peterbilt. It was a Peterbilt 379, and I had a Caterpillar engine in there. If anybody know about Caterpillar engines, those jokers could climb hills. It's like they make them for climbing hills. So that's what you see a lot of trucks truck drivers want in their trucks. They want Caterpillar engines because that's some heavy duty engines. Like them jokers could get up a hill. So I used to be climbing the hill, sitting there, like, man, what's wrong with your truck? Why you slowing down? Like just steady going up. Like, and I love that truck just because it could climb hills. Like it didn't have to go fast. It just because it could climb hills. So downshipping appropriately. That's another tip for you. It can help you with that. If the RPMs drop too low, downshift ensures you maintain enough power and avoid lugging the engine. So think about it. You get to Appalachian Mountains, the Rockies. You get all the way to the top of that hill. And I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something that I found that was very useful. And this is, like, when I found this out, it surprised me because I didn't think that lowering the RPM was gonna help with the truck. So it kind of like swayed my opinion on turning down the RPMs. Now, when you get to that top of that hill and you got to come down that hill with a heavy load, if you turn those Jake brakes on, it's gonna start braking and it's gonna hold that truck back from flying down that hill. That's what I came to find out, and it surprised me. So now, once I approach a 6% downgrade, I'm not even worried about it because I know I got the truck that could slow it down, and I'm not gonna go flying down the hill and having to hit brakes hard to get because the curb coming up. Because the truck going, like, sometimes I had to hit the gas because the truck will slow it down. The engine brakes will slow it down so much to where it felt like I'm not even moving. So I had to hit the gas to speed up and let it pick up enough speed and then release the gas and let it start slowing back down. So like I said, it depends on the driver. It got its pros and its cons. It's just, I don't know. Like, you guys will have to tell me, what do you think about it? Like, what do you prefer? Do you prefer them to turn the RPMs down, or do you prefer them just to leave the RPMs alone and just let you drive? I know there's a lot of a problem in the trucking industry where it's like, okay, people leave a company because the trucking company turned down the RPMs on the truck. So they will leave that company and go to another company. So it's other reasons why people leave a trucking company, but that's one of the reasons why people will leave a trucking company, go to another trucking company, because of this situation. So I understand it from the company side, I understand it from the driver's side. But like I said, I've been in both seats. I know KA. As a business owner, I'm trying to save as much money as possible. I don't want drivers out there just burning diesel freely for no reason at all. So, I'm gonna turn the RPMs down. I might do a little coaching to the driver, like, hey, keep the try not to owl the truck too much. But nowadays they have the auto shut off. The truck will run for like 3-4 minutes and then they'll flag it to shut off. So it's a lot of bells and whistles on these new trucks now, especially with the technology that they're coming out with. I just wish that we had a way of controlling everything as a driver. I wish we had a way of controlling all of the bells and whistles, have more control of the truck instead of the truck having more control of us. So I say it's always about training. If you train the truck driver the right way, then you don't have to worry about getting all these different technologies and gadgets put on the truck to where it's policing the truck driver. You know, we got to deal with the state troopers already. And, you know, we got the company that's, I guess you could say, policing us too. So it's like we getting hit from both sides. So if some companies will take that in consideration, I know this is a big vehicle. It could cause a lot of destruction if it's put in the hands of the wrong person. It could cause a lot of damage. That's why I say it all falls on training. How can you train your driver, or what incentives you could give your driver? You know, a lot of drivers just do stuff to help the company because you're paying them to do it. So a lot of, like this, one guy told me, he said, look, money motivates. All right, so if I'm paying this person, you know, to do something that I don't want him to do, then I'm getting my end result, and the driver is getting a cut of it too. So he's not just feeling like he's losing something. So if a driver feel like, hey, if I out this truck, it's gonna cut into my bonus. So guess what? The truck driver gonna out that truck less as possible. He gonna keep that speed limit to a certain. He not even gonna go out of route. Like, it's all about paying the driver. It can't be a one-way street. You paying the driver to drive the truck. Yes, you doing that. But to get like him to do something extra beyond that, like the driver want to get paid for that. Like, you know, if what's tacking on another $50 to $100, you know, a month or something for a fuel bonus or something. You know, that's what's gonna motivate that driver to get that extra $100. You gonna say, well, shoot, I don't want to cut into my bonus. Let me cut the truck off. Let me try to find other avenues where I ain't gotta run the truck as much. You know, when I used to work for a company, I used to go get the little portable heaters because I was trying to get my bonus. So I take that mug and I plug it in and I cut that heater on, and it'll heat that bump like if the truck was on. So it's all kind of little avenues that like truck drivers could be very creative when need be. Truck drivers can create some stuff. Like, you'll be surprised what truck drivers come up with, especially with them searching, you know, the internet, and they go in there and say, well, sure, I don't have a bathroom on my truck. They'll go on Amazon, type in portable toilets or something, and boom, there you go. Portable toilet. They'll buy that. They want to, you know, get out the truck as much. You know, you can say, well, What's another one? What's another thing a truck driver had to go get out the truck to go inside for? I done seen some drivers rig their truck up to where they have a shower in their truck. It blew my mind. I'm like, hold on, how is he? Like, they get the bins, they get the shower curtain. They get maybe like 1 or 2 shower curtains, and then they hook it up around the curtains and alongside of the top bunk or whatever they're using. And then they have like this pump, and they take the bucket, they fill it up with water, and then this pump the water out while they in the shower, and then it just rinse off and then dump the water out. So that's what I'm saying. Truck drivers will become like creative when they need to be. You know, if you get stuck at a warehouse or something and you wanted to take a shower, like sometimes you can't make it to that point, or maybe you might not be able to stop because you know your time, for whatever reason, it might not line up with you being able to get to a pilot, TA, or Loves, you know, to take your shower. So you might have to skip a day and say, okay, well, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start driving. When it's time for me to take my 30-minute break, I'm gonna run in, hop in the shower, come back, and then finish my drive shift. So it's all kind of different strategies and maneuvers you could do to accomplish that. So you just have to figure out what works best for you, because you know, and try to pass that information on to these new drivers. Try to help these new drivers, you know, catch them up on the experience that you have, so they won't be lost out here. Now we in the winter season, and a lot of truck drivers don't want to get out their truck, especially if it's snowing, it's cold, it's wet, it's ice outside. They don't want to risk slipping and falling. Like, you got to figure a way to not get out the truck as much. So I'm rambling right now. I'm trying to give you guys some ideas that you could go ahead and look into for yourself, and you know, it'll help you in the long run, and it also help you as far as not getting sick, because you won't have to get out the truck. So, you know, it's beneficial to conversate with other truck drivers and find out what they doing, so you could try to implement it on your side, and you know, try to stay safe out here. You know, I know it's flu season now. You know, you gotta dress for the weather. Sometimes truck drivers be stuck standing outside getting unloaded. You know, you gotta have something to warm you up while you standing out there. So you might grab you a snowsuit just to try to stay warm. So it's ways of doing this trucking to where it's not rough on your body. It won't put you out of work, and you remain safe. So think about that while you're out there, you know, listening to this episode. Try to think about some things that you could do that help benefit you, and if it help you, you know, pass it on to another truck driver. Let them know, hey, maybe you should try this, and it help them. But I'm out of time for today. I hope y'all enjoyed the show. Go ahead and hit that like button, follow me, subscribe to stay updated when I go live. Try to, well, I figured out. But I appreciate everybody listening to the podcast, the Trucker Overhaul podcast. Come back and listen to me. I'm posting regularly, so there's no need to wonder when I'm gonna post. You just come on and listen, get some experience, get some education, some advice, so you can be a better truck driver out here and you can make it home safe to your family. So we appreciate y'all. Y'all have a blessed day and tune in next time.